I think the most important thing is the business cycle. Not just the business cycle for the inventory, good old traditional inventory cycle, people overbuild at the top of inventory, then that inventory has to clear, you get no growth, no production, etc. That's a good one. Also the industry life cycle as well. Where are we in the life cycle of returns, etc. They're the two big things. Macro tends to either propel it higher or lower. That cycle still exists, the business inventory cycle. We're in a world of basic pain-free capitalism because the cost of money is very low or very cheap. So at the moment, if you're a bad business, you can survive against a good business. And that's a bit of a problem for us, that there's no high cost for failure. So macro, we tend to, as you said, we're bottom up. The macro are in our numbers. So we're aware of where growth may be, we're aware of where the yield curve might be, but we're a mean reversion. We think about mean reversion. Everything eventually, the cycles could be long, but everything usually reverts back to the mean over time. And that's not theoretical, it just happens. And at this point, everyone's obsessed with macro, trying to run away from macro and trying to focus on the business. Because that's all the company, the manager can control what they run and operate. Trying to focus on the macro, you're aware of it when you do your forecasting, our forecasting, but you don't let it drive every decision you make because you can get lost in it. You tend to think, let's face it, central banks aren't the greatest at picking a down cycle. They're actually usually quite late, whereas business people are very early. A lot of them are. They know when their customers aren't ordering. That's your best macro. When you speak to the companies and you find out what's actually going on in their business. That tends to give you either a structural shift in the industry, or there's actually a bigger, that's the macro. They're saying actually it's pretty broad. We don't think we're losing share, but we think the market, it's slowing. That's the best indicator of macro for us.